All right, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all. So I think it's about time we start talking about this potential matchup. And I say potential because, look, this fight is still not been announced. It's not official yet. So anything you see is pretty much not real news. The most I've seen is Zhang Weili just expressed that she's going to be coming back in like June or July. But other than that, there's just been a lot of training footage from Zhang Weili and some training footage from Amanda Lemos. So I think it is pretty safe to say that this looks like the next title fight that's going to be made for Zhang Weili, but we're still not going to say it's official yet. But I just kind of want to talk about the potential matchup here because, everybody's been talking about this because, yeah, it is the fight that needs to happen, right? It is the fight in the division that needs to happen. And I think pretty much all roads are leading to it now because, look, what else is going to happen? Or the Carla rematch? Yeah, right. Carla's out because she's pregnant. Rose Namajunas is out for a while because of an injury. And everybody else is pretty much matched up. So I think all we got to do now is pretty much just wait for the UFC to announce this fight. It is going to happen. But just an early look at this one, man. Zhang Weili versus Amanda Lemos. I stand by this as probably being one of the most anticipated strawweight matchups that I've been looking forward to in a while. Probably one of the most anticipated for WMMA, of this year. Honestly, I still want to see. I still would like to see Valentina Manon in that matchup, or Manon versus Tyler Santos, those type of flyweight fights. But as far as like strawweights, I really want to see Weili and Amanda Lemos, and just see how that style matches up. I think Weili, she's come far from the fighter that she was like 2 years ago. She's been improving in every dimension. I think her striking and, her overall striking IQ is getting better. She's really working on her grappling and her wrestling and her clinch control, and even her defense off the back on the ground. She's been working on a little bit of everything. Since March, she's been back into basic training, just getting her strength up and working on her hip control. Working on a lot of different things that I think she plans to use in this fight against Amanda Lemos. And as y'all know, Amanda Lemos, she's seen as one of the most deadly strikers, one of the most powerful strikers right now in the strawweight division. She can control range. She can pop off a good right hand. She can measure that range well with the jabs. She has powerful leg kicks. Just ask Jessica Andrade. Those calf kicks have some sting to them. So she has that ability to measure range, but she also, to me, has an underrated ground game. I think Amanda Lemos, she's been really trying to perfect those situations on the ground, trying to see, okay, like, if somebody comes at her like Weili trying to get her down, she's going to have to be quick off of her back, So I think that, she's just really putting everything together as well right now because she knows that the big fight is coming up next. She asked for it, and I think they're going to give it to her. There's a lot going on right now at the UFC, with this whole merger thing, which I'll talk about a little later. But, I think that right now the UFC, they need to continue to make these type of matches. They need to continue to make these type of matches for WMMA to keep it going and just really build their brand up to be considered to continue to be taken seriously for me, but at the same time, I know like it's not the fighter's fault. Like, I'm not going to blame Weili in this situation or Amanda on why the fight is taking too long. The UFC knows what they're doing with a champion like Weili. They know what they're doing with a fighter like Lemos. They already know what she's done to get to her point, and it's just a matter of time for them signing them, just signing the fight. And I guess for me, see, I come from the boxing world, and with the way the boxing world is going right now, what the UFC is doing, it definitely is spoiling me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind waiting 3 or 4 months for a fight to be announced. You know what I mean? Like, these fighters are at least fighting 2 or 3 times a year, so I can't complain. When it comes to boxing, though, we're waiting like for fighters to fight at least once a year. Most of our favorite fighters just fight once a year. So when you compare it to the boxing world, the fighters in MMA, their turnarounds are quick. Even their rematches, there's not a lot of crazy negotiations because, again, they're under one banner. Whenever you're dealing with boxing, you're dealing with a lot of independence there. A lot of room for, negotiations and going overpricing themselves. So a lot of that tends to happen. But right now, I think that Weili and Amanda, the fight is already being talked about behind the scenes, and they know that this is the fight everybody wants to see. And with everybody else taken, what else is there, right? But yeah, we'll talk more about this fight a little bit later. I just kind of wanted to give my, pre-fight thoughts on it, and keep on talking about it until then, because, the more and more I'm just looking at the footage on IG of Weili training, I'm like, wow, she's really coming together with something. But you never know how this style is going to play out. I think that Amanda Lemos has to be a little bit more confident in what she does. She has to be a little bit more confident as far as controlling that range, getting started early, not throwing power on every single shot. That's something I've been saying about her for a while now. Like, the girl can hit hard. She can get hit hard, but sometimes I think she believes in that power a little too much, and she'll swing off some home run shots. But if she's the type to, find that rhythm and just, kind of pepper with the jab first and then surprise you with the right hand, who knows what can happen? You know what I mean? I was looking back at Carla Esparza versus Weili. Carla did get in a few shots on Weili, with the jab square up the middle. But again, Weili probably say, I can take that chance against Carla because Carla's not packing that type of power. But, a lot of respect is going to be coming in whenever she fights Amanda Lemos. I believe so. I think the fight's going to be a chess match for like the first round or so. So, yeah, I like this fight, definitely. I haven't really talked about it too much because so much more has been going on at flyweight. But like I said, I was pretty much like one of the only ones to say, hey, look, Lemos is going to do this. People laughed and said, this girl ain't never going to get a title shot. I said, watch. I don't care how it's going to happen. She might lose a fight or two, but eventually she'll be at like number 2 or number 3, and people are going to be asking for this fight. People are going to be asking for this fight. So now we got it. Possibly, all roads are leading to this one, right? So hopefully the UFC makes the right decision, and they try to schedule this fight for like June or July, because let me see, the last time Weili fought, okay, in June was Joanna, then she fought Carla a few months later, and now fighting Amanda Lemos. Yeah, that would be that's about a normal turnaround. It hasn't been like a whole year. She actually fought 2 times. Tyler Santos still hadn't fought yet. You know what I mean? So Weili's doing the right thing. Just continue training. Just wait for that phone call till they say it's your next opponent. All right. But I wanted to talk about some other things too. I watched a few of their fights again, just going all the way back to the fighters that they were like when they first got into the UFC, because I still see a few things that they carry. It's like some old ways. But I'm going to talk about that in another video, guys. But let me know what y'all think of this fight. There hadn't been any announcement or anything like that. Like I said, the most you've heard is Weili say she's going to come back for another title defense. But that's about it. That's really about it. But I think we know what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to it. What do y'all think, guys? Guys, do y'all think Amanda Lemos' chances are really, really high in this fight? It's a pretty tight fight. It is. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.